The United States is warning Americans not to travel to Cuba and is also pulling about 60% of its diplomats out of Havana. This comes as the U.S. continues to investigate unexplained health attacks that have harmed at least 21 American diplomats and their families in Havana. The U.S. is also stopping processing visas indefinitely in Cuba and will no longer send official delegations to Cuba until this is resolved. The State Department has tried to say they're not pointing the finger at Cuba for being behind this, but is blaming Cuba for failing to do enough to protect American diplomats on its soil. The U.S. initially thought these were sonic attacks because some people heard really loud noises and experienced symptoms including permanent hearing loss and ringing in the ears. But other symptoms have been even more serious, like mild traumatic brain injury or concussions. Other victims have suffered from headaches, nausea, balance problems, problems recalling specific words, or even trouble concentrating. The Cubans have denied any responsibility or complicity in this. The U.S. has said it's possible Cuba wasn't involved in this, but that it's unlikely that Cuba didn't know. After all, Cuba monitors and surveys U.S. diplomats in Havana very tightly. Until now, the State Department has been referring to these as incidents because they didn't know exactly what they were. Now that's changing. The U.S. now says it can call these specific attacks affecting U.S. diplomats in Havana. Cuba has been pushing the U.S. very hard not to take this step, saying we weren't involved in this and we shouldn't be punished for something that we're not responsible for. Top Cuban diplomats have been at the State Department meeting with Secretary of State Rex Tillerson and other American officials, but their appeals for the U.S. not to reduce the size of the embassy appear to have been unsuccessful.